Everybody you admire that has done something significant has more stories of failure than success.
John Enelamah is a widely traveled apostolic leader, social reformer, pastor, teacher, mentor, discipler of men and women, and author of several books. John's global life purpose is to assist individuals to find their purpose, strengthen the local church globally, and to help nations transform. He achieves all of these by preaching the gospel of the kingdom, thereby spreading the fires of revival and reformation. John's drive is to see God's will manifested in the lives of people, and that men and women all over the world should come to the knowledge of God's truth. He has preached in countries, cities, and places all over the world with one message, and that is the gospel of the kingdom. His primary driving force is to live a life that contributes to the fulfillment of the Great Commission. John is the president/founder of the Kingdom Apostolic Revival Ministries, KARM. He's also the founding pastor of End Times Revival Ministries, ERM, and a co-founder of the Apostles in the Marketplace Network. John is the host of the radio program Lessons from the School of Life. He and his amazing wife, Ngozi, also run the Institute for Success in Marriage program, which hosts the Marriage Works and Love Works sessions for both the married and singles respectively. John, a graduate of quantity surveying from the prestigious Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria, obtained his ministerial license from Spirit Life Bible College, Irvine, California, and is a fellow of the Aspen Global Leadership Network. Get set to receive the word of God from the mouth of his servant with Jesus' joy in your heart. Join me as we make welcome the ministry of John Enelamah.
Law of systems. Whatever is not systematic is not sustainable. If you don't know how you dress up every day, you'll be going late every day. I used to go late because of clothes. I'll be thinking about, thank you, what am I wearing? That changed. Before you sleep, you should know what you're wearing. If you're a man and you have problem with shirt, buy only white. All of them are white. Yes. You can't be wasting time dressing up. You can't even go late because you're taking your bath. Who knows you didn't bath? Just go. If you're running late, you don't need to bath. Yes, you can't go late for an important meeting of your life because you are bathing. It's a responsibility. No, think about it for a moment. Think about it. Time. Now, I dress up in 5 minutes, just a mindset. What you don't wear today, I used to tell my younger brother, these 2 shirts. He said, please stop disturbing me. Wear this today, wear this tomorrow. What's the problem with yourself? Yes. What is the problem? Wear one today, wear one tomorrow. There's no problem. Just be wearing them. System. Lighting system does not discriminate. Anybody can put on the light. It doesn't matter their height, their age, their color, because it's a system. It's a lighting system. Bus system in America and London and the rest of the world. I've missed bus 2 minutes. You see the driver going, and you tell the driver, stop. You say, no, I can't stop. If I stop, I mess up the transportation system. Take the next bus. I can't stop. I'm built to be here in the next 10 minutes. I can't stop for you. So all that stopping is a Nigerian mentality. You're waiting for people. You're dressed up to go to a meeting. Somebody's delaying you. Well, if it's your wife, well, that's a different system. But system, because it can be so systematic, there's no food for you at home. You systematically cut yourself off. You come back and be greeting yourself. Some people, they say, are you hungry? Go to the kitchen. Conversion. Wow. The law of conversion. What is the law of conversion? It's the law of conversion of time. You must convert your time to services, to products, to goods. If you don't convert your time, you will be poor. You must not work for yourself, but it doesn't matter where you work, you must convert. You must be in charge. You must convert your time. How do you convert your time? Wow. You must schedule schedule your life, schedule your time, and make yourself a slave to your own schedule. Watch this, it's very powerful. I leave my house by 8 every day. By 8, you leave. If you're the one that has security man, you're a big man, by 8, they bundle you into the car. So, Oga, it's time to go. Yes, be going. It's not emotional. It's not like today I'm tired. You be tiredly be going. Yes. The world is ruled by tired people. Being tired means maybe you're doing something good. Most people are tired. Just rest. But being tired is not an excuse for anything. I'm telling you the truth. Now watch. When you schedule your time, I don't know how much time I have. Whether I have time to share this after now. Maybe let me try. We must convert time to products, goods, and services. This is Economics 101. What do you do with your time? What makes a person successful? Time. They can show you their product. It took time to write that book. I had to go to South Africa to finish the book. For 3 weeks, I was alone in a big house, not sleeping, with 2 other researchers around me, day and night. It was not a struggle, but it was time-consuming. I was researching, asking questions. But that's a product. That product will outlive me. It's not going back. It doesn't matter. That product will be there for the rest of my life. And so are other books that are coming out. That's life. Let's go. The law of decision. It's a law. You must decidedly decide. I used to be confused. I used to have a problem with decision making. I went to God in prayer. I said, God, why do I struggle to make decisions? He said, because you consider too many factors when you decide. The only person important is me. What am I saying? Once you know what I'm saying, you must do it. You can't debate God. Even if you're married, and they are teaching you that you must carry your wife along. That is true, but he has limitation too. When God told Abraham, go and kill Isaac, he didn't consult his wife. You can't consult your wife. She had that baby at 91. The moment you tell somebody that's now like how old Isaac was then, you add it to her age and tell her that son he gave birth at 91, God told me to kill the child. The marriage is over. The marriage, the house will catch fire. And that woman will never trust you again. Because that God you are serving that is killing people, it cannot be my God. The God you are serving is telling you to kill my only son. I cannot follow that God. It must not be God speaking. So what did Abraham do? He obeyed, not telling his wife. He just went. It was a test, and he passed the test. Here's where I'm going. Decision making. Decision. I struggled with decision all my life. But what changed it? 1, God told me, consider only me. 2, I found that it's a law. There are no failures in life. There are only things that have not worked. So don't be afraid of failing, because you can't fail if you're going forward. You did something, it didn't work. Is that failure? No, you try again. Try again. Be like Thomas Edison. Try again. Try until the light bulb moment. Keep on trying. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't have the mentality. I started a business. It didn't work. I failed. Can I tell you something? Anybody that has ever done business, whether you succeeded or not, you are a professor to those who have never done anything. They are your students in this life. In Singapore, the average millionaire files bankruptcy 5 times before he becomes a millionaire once. Because life is about struggle. Can I tell you something about this decision making? Do you know Michael Jordan? At some point in human history, he had the highest number of free throws. At the same time in history, he had the highest number of misses. He tried the most, missed the most, succeeded the most. It's all percentages. The more you try, the more you fail, but the more you also succeed. So to increase your success rate, you have to increase your failure rate. You have to try more and more. Decidedly decide. In this 2020, don't be hanging. Don't stay. Don't be vacillating because of fear of failure. There is nothing like failure to a man born of God. No. It has not worked. It will work. Wow. Nothing becomes dynamic until it becomes specific. What's the next law? The law of context. I'm almost getting there. Wow, I think I'm getting there. Law of context. Life is contextual. Don't hear one side of a story and run with it. I'm a marriage counselor. Don't ever let any married person corner you and be telling you stories about him or her and the spouse. Don't listen to it. You must listen to the other side. When you do, you get a better picture. Context. It's a law. Follow it. Sleep over things throughout your life. It's very powerful. Not as easy to practice. There are two sides to everything. What of persistence? I suffered. When I was a student, if I'm solving a problem in class during an exam, if I just miss something, I've lost it. I just want it to be smooth, but life is not smooth. Life is not smooth. The Bible says, count it all joy when you fall into what? Diverse temptation, knowing this, that the trying of your faith. It means that the test of life is a test of your faith. Even God will test you. The Bible said of the children of Israel, he took them through a longer path so that they will not see war and run back. He tested them. You must persist. Endure. Excellent. Don't give up. This has changed my life forever. Now I can say to God confidently, anything you put in my hand will succeed. Why? I'm not going to give up. We just finished a conference. I don't know how much it cost. When I started, I didn't have the money. But that was not the issue. The issue, I caught the fire. I caught the vision. So how did you do it? What you don't have, somebody has. You got to meet the person that has it now. Yes. He said, I have vision, you have money. Let us meet and discuss. I came to Pastor Jude asking if I'm lying. I said, Pastor Jude, here is the vision. Only the money go. I'm not lying. I even spoke to the apostle of the house. I wrote him a note. I said, look, and they are kind. I work with them. They are kind. You cannot not do something because you say you don't have money. What is that? No, don't talk like that. When God created the earth and the heavens and the earth, how much money did he have? How much money? No money was present. By faith, he framed the world by things which cannot be seen. For the things which are seen, we are not made of things which do appear. No money. Be like your Father in heaven. If you buy only what you can afford, you are very poor. People that are wealthy buy things they cannot afford. Consistently. You may not understand what I'm saying, where I'm coming from. Yes, God spoke to me. He said, when I ask you to buy land, go and buy it. Because he used to ask me. And I said to God, who is going to pay? These people I'm seeing, I give them transport fare. Who is going to pay? And I didn't understand the economy of God's kingdom. I didn't know that God's kingdom is so big that if you're in Lagos and you're buying land in Lagos, that the person that may be asked to pay for it may be in Singapore. I didn't know that much. I limited myself to what I'm seeing. I didn't know that God is so big. God is so big. God is so big. There are many children of this house that do not come to church in this house. But they are part of this house. Yes. So, persistence. Don't give up. Let's go. My time is limited. Law of attraction. Everybody is a living magnet. Everybody. Attracting into their life what they are, not what they think they are. Can I explain that? If you work in a company, you want to be promoted, don't ask for it. Just work for it. How? Develop yourself. Invest in yourself. The seminar they paid for, go. The one they didn't pay for, go. Go. Ask for vacation to go to seminar in London. Read books. Go on personal retreat. When God has finished polishing you, if you go to a meeting, you talk. After you leave, they'll have another meeting. Whatever you do, this person must not leave this office. He must not leave this company. I have a doctor and I work with him, consultant doctor. He used to be chief, whatever, for the medical school in Abia State. They were being visited by either NUC, and the governor of the state said they should bring him. When they went to the meeting, he was the one answering all the questions. Other people were quiet. They don't know. But they're also doctors. The man is supposed to be retired. When he finished, the governor called him and said, see this man, he is not retired. He is going to be part of us as far as a governor. He is part. That is knowledge. Invest in yourself. There are three forms of education: non-formal, formal, and informal. Formal. What is formal education? You went to school, 4 walls of the classroom. Those ones prepare you in a general sense. All the wealthiest people in the world, list them, the first 5 or 10. They have limited formal education. Some of them are dropouts. Facebook founder. I was in Harvard University. I was there, not that I heard, when he was a commencement speaker a few years ago. He said, you have done what I could never do, graduate from Harvard. But when you finish, I employ you. You are coming to work for me. What about Bill Gates? How many years did he spend at Harvard? He dropped out too. But they're not dropouts. So they only drop out of formal education and entered informal education. They educated themselves. When you do informal education, you see, when you go to formal school, I went to IFE. I was in the Faculty of Environmental Design and Management. You can't be there and go and take a course in medicine. They'll chase you out. You're not a doctor, or a doctor to be. You can't go and take pharmacy or engineering. Yeah, EDM. But when you are educating yourself informally, you can be reading all the courses by yourself. You start with medicine in the morning, you finish with law in the evening. Nobody can come to your house and be warning you. Yes, nobody can do that. It's informal education. Non-formal is what happens in the family. Very important in the family. Very, very important. How you raise your children. I don't know what my mother did, but she has 4 sons. All of us are pastors. All ordained pastors, 4 sons. She must have done something. I don't know what it is, but she did something. I don't know. Now watch this. You are a living magnet. You attract what you are. When you talk, you determine who your friends are. Yes. Invest in your life. Study. I wrote the book, so I'm teaching without the book. I've invested in myself. I'm not so smart, but I read, I study, I listen to other people, and I ask questions. Sowing and reaping. Sowing and reaping. Wow. You may not reap where you sow. You may not reap when you sow, but you will always reap what you sowed. You may not reap where you sowed. You may not reap when you sowed, but whatever you sow is what you're going to reap. When I was in primary school, one day my youngest brother came back from school. I started singing to me, I said, what is this again? I know you're not Igbo, but if you're Igbo, you understand. I can't sing, but this one, I remember it all my life. Whatever you sow in this life, you reap. This is not limited to money. By the way, for money, most people think that what you need is what you're asking for. You should sow what you need. If you need money, be sowing money, because that's what's going to come back to you. Does it make sense? You should sow the most when you lack the most, because your sowing has more weight. The widow gave all she had. The millionaires gave some. God did not count it. He counted her own. He gave all she had. So it was smaller in value, but greater in impact. What do you need? You need a smile? Do you need a friend? Let me say this and I move on, because my time is almost up. If you feel lonely, just take your phone and WhatsApp people. Watch what will happen. They start WhatsApping you back. But you can't go to your room and be crying, I'm alone. You're alone because you're alone. Send some message to people now and see what happens. Just say, hello, hi, hello. You see people, how are you? But you can't be feeling bad and go to a corner and be fasting and praying all the time. After you fast, you pray, you need to have some friends. Invite people to your house. They will invite you to their house. Don't be waiting to be invited. Nobody's inviting you. Invite everybody you want them to invite you. Just invite them. I say, I have nothing to celebrate. I'm just celebrating the goodness of God. You don't need much. You can even tell them, I will make only jollof rice. Be bringing meat, fish, soft drink, water. You write a list and tell them what they must bring to the celebration. You, Pastor Jude, water. Pastor Nee, chicken. Pastor Fejiro, pomo. That's what they do in America. Yes. So don't wait. Let's go. I've said that. Let's go. The law of marriage. Hey. Wahala tikboj. Wahala. Marriage. Marriage is a touchy issue. They said, let us trap Jesus. How? They said, marriage. And they said to him, can a man divorce his wife for every cause? The Bible said, he answered them and said, have you never read? I want to ask you, do you read? Because if you don't read, you will not be read. The reason I wrote is because I've been reading. If you read, after reading, you have to start writing, because if not, you're going to explode. If you read, after a while, you must write. Because if you don't write, you'll explode. So writing, the key is reading. You read and read. Look, Justice Oputa said, how I start my own case is that I read somebody and I start to quote, say, I don't agree. I've started writing. I agree here, I didn't agree here. That is so brief. So if you don't know what to write, take somebody's book and start the commentary. This man, I don't agree with you. That's a book by itself. Yes! That one doesn't need copyright. You didn't copy, you are just explaining your own position. So what? Marriage. What is the law of marriage? A man shall leave father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. But why is marriage a big issue? Why are people failing in marriage? There are many reasons, some fundamental reasons that people are not prepared enough. You can't be a doctor without going to medical school. You can't be a lawyer without going to legal school, or lawyer school, or law school. You can't be an engineer without going to engineering school. You can't become a manager without going to some MBA, something somewhere. Why do you think you can become married without going to a marriage school and be married successfully? Marriage is a school. In fact, it's the kind of school that the difference between marriage school and other schools is that, one, is the only school God founded. Number two, is the only school you never graduate from. Number three, is the only school that the only time you leave this graduate from the school is when you die. There are many more qualities of marriage. But watch this. So why are people failing? Let me tell you why. The Bible said, God said, so therefore shall a man leave what? His father and his mother, and be what? Joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. Can I tell you why? The man in Nigeria that is getting married is not the man God is talking about. Two different men. I'll come to the woman, because the women are laughing. the man God is talking about is a man who fears God. Is a man that prays. Is a man that can hear from God. Is a man that does not keep malice. In malice is a child. In understanding is a man. The man God is talking about is a man that says, I'm sorry, without prayer. The man God is talking about is a spiritual man. The man God is talking about is selfless. The man God is talking about is willing to die for his wife. The man God is talking about is a kind-hearted man. The man God is talking about is a man that is self-reflecting, that can say, even though I was angry at my wife, forgive me. That's not the man that is getting married. The man that is getting married is struggling. It's my car. It's my house. If you touch that car again, you're married. You're talking about your car. Oh, need help, go. You need help. You can't have your car when you're married. You used to have a car. Now it's our car. Even your body. You're talking about car. Your body doesn't belong to you. Your body. As a man or a woman, you're a married woman, you're telling your husband, I'm tired. Tired of what? What is your problem? Your body is not your own. Your husband says, I want the body. You say you're tired. No. You should go. You should have married in the first place. Marriage is serious. God says, Jesus said, after Jesus finished speaking, they said, if it be so, it's better not to marry. I don't know if you understand what that means. It means that every time you go to a marriage seminar and they finish and you want to marry quickly, they taught you error. Because if the person that is teaching understands and you understand, you should draw back. Because it's a journey without end. Until death do you part. But you know the mistake people are making? Nobody should attack me. It's not personal. It's because they can always point to somebody they know that is divorced. And they can point to a bishop that used to be married to A, who is alive, and is now married to B. So that's what is giving them confidence. But what they do not know is that they fall into the hands of God, that God is a terrible consuming fire. I told people that God is a killer. The person said, no, he's a good God. I say he's good, but he's a killer. Read the Bible where God has killed so many people in the Bible. And if you're not careful, one day he'll kill you too. But if you don't believe that one, believe this one, that at the end of time, God will kill so many people. Because he will say to them, that thing you said in Los Angeles court, whatever the court is, say it again. Say, I pronounce them divorce. He said, that is hellfire. Because what God has joined together, let no man put asunder. It has never changed. You say, but there are certain conditions. Yes. That's why I'm not talking about those special situations. They're the exception. You don't preach exception, you preach the rule. The rule is a rule. The exception is the pastors and bishops that deal with the exception. They can look and say, this person, instead of dying, come on. But that's not why we're discussing the law of marriage, not the exceptions to marriage. Maybe one more. So if you want to marry, marry well. Socrates said, by all means marry. If you find a good wife, good for you. If it doesn't work, you become a philosopher. The law of the difference, the law of acceptance. Wow. The law of the difference. Do not emphasize other people's weakness. Emphasize their strength. What it means, the law of the difference. Focus on your strength. I've talked about this a lot. Focus on your strength. It's a law of life. It's a law of life. Let me go. I'm watching you. It's over. So this one, law of compounding. Say my time is up. Law of compounding, because it's a special Sunday. Life on earth compounds. Life on earth compounds. It means there's residual knowledge. Every place you've been affects where you're going. When I was writing this book, I was in New York. One night, I entered New York from Boston. I was writing this book. I landed in the night, 9 p.m. Moneyhand Station, that's Penn Station, New York. And I'm going to New Jersey. But I lived there 30 years ago. What did I do? I just walked to Post Authority, because I know it, for the second street by 8th Avenue. I joined the bus. I still remember the bus 167 to Teaneck. I joined the bus. Just without that bus, I can pay Uber how much? But if that bus is $4. It took me to where I'm going, Teaneck Armory bus stop. Just there, I walked to where I'm going. Because of residual knowledge of 30 years standing. Life compounds. You can't always be starting afresh. You must build on what you have built. If you fail, you have built something, build on it. Don't say I'm starting afresh. Don't be saying that so easily. You're not starting afresh. Maybe a new phase, but you must build on the existing foundations you've laid. You've done business. It hasn't worked the way you want. You want to scale it up. You are building on what you have learned. When I was starting ministry in Nigeria, 20-something years ago, I went to Alaba market with a pastor. And we got to the market, the people were giving me signs. I didn't understand it. After that day, I went back the next day, they told me, sir, we cheat in this market, but that man you brought is more of a crook than us. We are giving you a sign. I said, how can I listen to you? I came with a pastor. He said, but that pastor is wicked though. He was doing business inside your business. But do I have any regret? No. Because of those experiences, I can smell a crook from her. Because I've been cheated many times. So now, I know who is a crook, because they sound the same. When you get email, they're saying, if you give us this, we'll give you this. You know it's 419. The language is the same. You have to be a crook for crooks to get you. Somebody says, if you just give us $1, we give you 1 million. If you believe that, you're a crook. Because it doesn't make any sense. Does it make sense? Let's stand up on our feet. My time is up. Lift up your hands. Lift up your hands to heaven. I wish I came to the end of it. The last law is called the law of change. Nothing changes until you change. There can be no change unless there's a change in your mindset. If you adjust your thinking, nothing is impossible. This country, even if you didn't change Nigeria, you can change yourself. It's a mindset. Receive fresh grace from heaven. Let your life never be the same. In Jesus' mighty name we pray.